Shalom. Giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect. And today I will be speaking on an article from ZeroHedge.com. And this is a clear sign that America, Babylon the Great, is not your rest. Okay, and even the basic necessities of life have become too hard to accomplish, in which it shouldn't be. Right? Having a home, growing up, they would tell you, go to school, go to college, get a decent job, and you should be able to afford the things in life. But here it is. They done moved the goalposts, and a lot of people are freaking out. They've given up on life, and this might sound harsh, but especially for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you've been put in a mindset where that this is our permanent home. And what I mean by this, America, Babylon, the Great America, in the scriptures is Babylon, in which we were brought here to serve a punishment. And a lot of you Jakes, you don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear what we got to say. But see, the Lord is putting it where things are going to get harder, right? And when things get hard, he knows that his children will call on him more, because when a nigga got everything, matter of fact, let me get that. King Solomon said that. Because and here we go. It says, Proverbs 30:7, 2 things have I required of thee, deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. And our people are known for, when they have enough, that, or when they're in a good estate, they don't call on God. He's far in the back of their mind when they're doing good. And this is another reason why he puts hell on our people. Not only because we're a cursed people, but he knows that when we're good, our people, they ain't checking for the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Shai. They're not checking for them. So this is why sometimes things happen to you, because you need to call on the Most High and His Son. Call on your gods. All right. It says, provide me neither poverty or riches. Why? Lest I be full and deny thee. And you see that it's a growing thing. When our people, they get money, all right, they start to stray away from the Most High. Even guys in this truth, who say they're in the truth, Bishop Nate, they start to get more proud, and they start to stray away from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They stop calling on the name. You see all these guys getting all this money, Gorilla Hebrew, right? That money, man. All right, when that money when you getting too much money, and you're not focused on the Most High like that, you stray away from the Most High, because that money, that it gets all in your mind, and if you don't check it, those demons, it'll take you over. And we've seen it over and over and over. When men get money, they get fame, they're through. All right, it says, lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is Yahweh? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. And brothers, majority of us, the Lord give us enough to get by, to live, keep a roof over our head. Okay. And we, the scriptures speak about being content. Here you go. 1 Timothy 6:8. All right. I'm going to start at 7. Matter of fact, 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it's certain we can carry nothing out. So whatever the Most High gives us, it's an added bonus. All right, we got to be grateful for everything that that our God give us, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai give us. All right, and food and raiment. Let us therefore be content. But you see why these people are going crazy, because the spirit of this world is greed. All right. You get your first house, then you get your second house, and you keep flipping. Nobody wants to be content with what they have. And we're living in a covetous world. All right. So this is a punishment towards America, Babylon the Great. And this is hitting the so-called white people too. U.S. homeowners must earn $50,000 more than renters to cover shelter payments. Americans need to earn $116,000 per year to afford the median price home sale. Now, the median income in America is about $48,000. So basically, you need to double that in order to afford a home in America now. So they've moved the goalposts, and this is why a lot of people they're going crazy. They don't see any hope. They're on antidepressants. They became alcoholics. All right. And a lot of people are working 2 jobs, just to say, oh, I have a home, and just to keep a roof over their head. See, but this is starting to be normalized in America. But see, in the scriptures, in the Eastern world, this wasn't like this, man. Having a home was something that was something natural. That was something, you was just raised up, you worked, and, you got you a house, you build you a house. Now, having a house is like a luxury item, in which 20, 30 years ago, that was not the case. So America, this is a clear sign that America is on its way out. When the average American can't afford a home, you basically have to be upper middle class to get a home. It says, matter of fact, it says in 2024, a person looking to buy a typical U.S. home could do so with the earnings of about $110,000. The amount needed to rent remained about the same. So here it is. For you to own a home is the same price for you to rent. How insane is that? This is a clear sign America's Babylon the Great, and it's on its way out. The scriptures speaking about the beginning of sorrows. The scriptures speak about perilous times. Right? You having to work 2 or 3 jobs is sorrow, man. That's not a life nobody wants to live. All right? The scriptures speak about what? Wearing out the saints, man. All right? And one of the ways that you're being worn out is through your job. Especially if you got 2 that you working. I work with a guy, he worked 18 hours a day. 18. He working 2 jobs. Just so he can keep a roof over his head and, so he won't fucking drown. But if you love it here, right, and I'm bringing another article right here, right? The experiences of U.S. adults who don't have children. Now, here it is. Back in the days, you would get a house, you would get a wife, you would have children, right? This is the natural order of things in a society. But here it is, 57% of adults under 50 who say they're unlikely to ever have kids. Say a major reason is they just don't want, right? It says they just don't want to. 31% of those ages 50 and older without kids cite this is a reason they never had them. Now, what could be the reason why a lot of people don't want to have children? Right? not only that the testosterone is low, right? Here it is. Okay, majorities in both groups say not having kids has made it easier for them to afford the things that they want. Time for hobbies and interests and save for the future. Now, the average man who makes, let's take an average man who makes about $48,000 a year. Let's say he makes 50. Now, if he have 3 or 2 children and a wife, all right, you can forget about ever owning a home. You can, and I didn't even mention Social Security and retirement, right? A lot of people are going to be working until they die, right? So the scriptures speak about arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right. What does Jeremiah say? Matter of fact, let's get the right. The scriptures speak about what? The thick clay that America has. Thick clay is talking about that debt in which the financial system will be reset. Okay, and that's going to come to a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sword of destruction. Spiritually, physically, everywhere. This place is immoral. So our minds should be what? Geared and centered around the scriptures. Because if you let's say if you just getting out of college and you gear your mind towards this world, when you look out, you don't see any hope. Let's say you wanted to start a family and work a job 30, 40 years. Well, how could you possibly do that when things are unaffordable? Okay. This is Colossians 3:2 in the NLT. Think about the things of heaven, not the things of earth. For you died to this life. Our lives we're just passing through here, man. And a lot of people are not going to be able to grasp this or understand this. But those of you that can, if you can understand it, you can understand it. For you died to this life, and your real life is hidden with Hamashiach in the Most High. And when Hamashiach, who is your life, is revealed to the whole world, you will share in all his glory. So the things that we want on this side, we may not ever get them on this side. And you have to be okay with that. Right? You got to be content and okay with whatever the Most High gives you. All right. A lot of people are striving for things that's going to ultimately lead them to death, because a lot of people, their coverages, they want what other people have. They're willing to work 3 jobs and forget all about the Most High. And if you look at a person's eyes that work 2, 3 jobs all the time and they're always tired, they don't have time. They don't have no time for the Most High or his son. Right? Those people are going to be destroyed, man. Why are they going to be destroyed? Because you think that you're going to be delivered from the tribulation that's coming if you forgot all about your power? How does that make any sense, man? All right, they've chose money, right? And I get it. People got to survive and they got to live. But, hey, the scriptures speak about being content. And a lot of people in this society, they're not content. So they're going to do whatever they have to do just to feel like they're ahead, or, you know, they'll do OnlyFans. They'll rob people, you know. They'll steal from people. All right. And a lot of people are just giving up. And you can tell by what is the beginning of a society? Family, people, having a family, having children. And people don't want to have children anymore. Why? Because they look out and they don't see any hope. So why in the hell, give a man a logical reason to have a child in this society? You won't be able to give him one because he can't afford them. So this is a clear sign that if you thought that America is great and that it's coming back, you should better think again. All right. So those of you that mind is in this world, get your head out of your ass and seek the Lord first. Right. The scriptures say what? I think that's Matthew 6. Yeah. 6:33, Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Right? And a lot of people, they got it the opposite way. They're seeking the things of this life, and then the Most High comes on the back burner. And this is why a lot of people, the Most High is going to turn his back on these people because they've put him last. You see how that works? All right. But with that, Lord Williams edifying. Shalom.